Hi, motherfuckers. Welcome to the. Damn, I forgot my own shit. Welcome to the ASA podcast. Today, I'm gonna be with a special guest. He is known as Eternal 316. He is a leading Christian on YouTube.com. Subscribe, like. I'm not PewDiePie. I'm acting like a PewDiePie head ass motherfucker, but
I wouldn't say I'm a leading Christian on YouTube, but I'm definitely a leading Christian in the Reactiverse. That's for damn sure.
in the Reactiverse, there we go. In the Reactiverse.
Hey, real quick before we begin, I remember last night you saying you want to run fades. So tell me your address. I'm about to pull up right now, bro.
Bet I live on 123 Sesame Street. 123 Sesame Street. Come to 123 Sesame Street. Yo, Cookie Monster, get the trash can ready, bro. Get the trash can ready. We about to pull up.
Yeah, if you want to pull up, let's pull up on YouTube headquarters because they trying to really throw shade at us, bro.
Facts. Yo, YouTube headquarters, what's up? Only pull up YouTube headquarters do is pull up Pampers.
I'm letting y'all know right now. Like, I was just joking in my God Hop track, but now the war is really on. Like, now y'all really made the war on. The war is on now.
Now that we're on that, I got a quick thing to say about it. How in the name of God's green and blue earth, how the heck did my God Hop get flagged? That thing got me tight.
First thing that happened was I don't think just for those of y'all who don't follow us on Twitter, or some of y'all who might have missed Iz's live stream. The first thing that happened was my real quick though acapella got flagged saying it's not approved for audiences. And the thing that's weird about that is that I didn't cuss at all in that track, and it's a Christian track.
Right.
And then an hour later, Iz does his live stream, and then after he's done doing his live stream, he finds out that his God Hop track gets flagged. So it's quite clear that YouTube is really trying to throw us shade. So yeah, let's get into that, bro.
For real, because if people didn't listen to God Hop was basically it was a reference to like a new way of hip hop and another way of like Christian rap also, but it was also like welcoming many different people who follow the path of God and Jesus Christ, and it was also being on a more positive wave. I even said on the track, it's nothing evil. I explained the entire definition of my meaning of God Hop. I've explained everything positive about it, and I get flagged for it. And I'm just like, wow, bruh. Like, really? I showed Eternal a screenshot of that, too. I showed him a whole screenshot of when I got flagged for it.
And when I saw that screenshot, I was thinking about what just happened to me, and I'm like, bruh, not even an hour later? Like, god damn, they flagged. Okay, so let me get, okay, I said this in your live stream, but it just needs to be said. So let me get this straight. If me and Iz talk about God and try to lead people in a positive direction, we get flagged. But Future could talk about Molly Perkinsons and taking drugs and all that shit, but he still gets paid? Bruh. That's...
He even said it too. He was like Illuminati confirmed, like not even joking. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, this ain't even no joke no more. Like now it's on some serious shit where it's like, what the fuck are they really trying to say? Like if you're gonna flag somebody for speaking positive and like spreading the name of God and what you believe in from your heart, like that's so fucking shady and high key, just evil as fuck.
That is shady. And you know what? I want to know. This is something else I'm wondering too. Now that we're bringing this up, is Logan Paul's video still monetized? Because if that's the case, this is ridiculous and this is hypocritical of YouTube. This is really hypocritical. Like, how are you gonna flag us for trying to spread a positive message? But you ain't. But like, did Logan Paul even get flagged? Like, do we even know if these other channels that are pulling, dumb, suicidal, negative messages are they getting flagged or are they still monetized?
Even that, yo, like updating on that. So they didn't. real quick before I give the update, they didn't do shit until all of us started speaking out and calling YouTube out for this, because we was just like, this is some bullshit. How the fuck can he still move on with this shit? Like, then they tried to say they acted accordingly. I'm just like, y'all didn't do shit. Y'all just came out because we started talking to y'all like in the most respectful and disrespectful way possible, because y'all wasn't trying to listen to us. And then the most they did, they suspended Logan's brother's channel. And then with Logan, what they did, they cut his revenue by 50%. And they canceled his YouTube Red series. And then the other thing, I learned this from Drama Alert channel, like, they have a whole series called You Wanna See a Dead Body. I was so mad about that.
I heard about that.
I was so mad about that. I was just like, yo, if y'all gonna take down stuff, take down that series, please.
Bro, okay, so let me get this straight. Logan Paul not only finds a dead body, but then he posts a video of him killing himself. And all you're gonna do is cut his revenue by 50%? But they're gonna demonetize our videos. Ain't that some...
For real.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous, bro. I really wish that YouTube had competition, because I feel like if YouTube had some type of competition or some other format website that would be competing with them, taking their users, they wouldn't be pulling this mess, bro.
They wouldn't.
Be switching up their tactics so much.
They wouldn't at all. And then even the situation with what's his name? Shane Dawson.
Oh, I haven't heard of him. What do you do?
There was this channel called Pop Blast, and I learned this from both Drama Alert and Scarce. So Pop Blast had a video up called Shane Dawson is a pedophile, and then said, here's the proof. They go back in time to when he used to make fucked up jokes and edgy, cringy ass jokes, and took one of the things that he was saying on, like, I guess, like, children or whatever. And the thing about that, Shane Dawson even admitted what he did was wrong. He apologized day after day for it, and he even said he's proud of the change that he's made. And instead of Twitter and YouTube, like, taking down, whatever video or channel, like, did that to him, because they was trying to, like, make a big accusation and make him look like something he's not, they trend it. Twitter trends it. And I'm just like, wow. So instead of having Shane Dawson's growth and character development out there, y'all put out something that he's not to make him look bad. Even when he talked about the Hollywood children, like, conspiracy theory. He talked about how children get fucked over in the industry and in Hollywood, and these big stars that were children, they've been, you already know where I'm getting with that. Like, they've been in that position, but that shit get flagged. And I'm just like, so YouTube.
You know what's unfortunate, bro? Like, as a world as a whole, not just on YouTube, but in the celebrity world too.
Mm-hmm.
Fans pick and choose who they're going to worship. That's the sad part. And the thing is when fans don't like a certain person or
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like what they're saying, I guess, what they'll do is they'll try to define someone based off their past instead of trying to show people. They purposely not show people what they're doing in the present day and purposely show people what they did in the past to make them look like they haven't changed their life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in the celebrity world, unfortunately, it's kind of reverse. Like, in the celebrity world, it doesn't matter what type of wrongs they've done in their life. The fans will worship them regardless, even if they are the most disgusting, lying, cheating, racist people on the face of the planet. They won't care, because if you're talking about their idol, they will come at you.
Exactly.
And that's the sad part about the world that we live in today.
And to add on to that, what's even more sad is not only do they worship these idols, but they they grow up, and then when they end up getting that little touch of fame, they do 10 times worse. And on top of that, it's like this. I learned, number one, you don't forget your roots. You never forget where you came from. And
Amen to that. Yeah.
second, it's like this world so far in 2018, like getting a grasp of everything that's happened so far, it's just to the point where I'm just like, is there about to be an evil rise coming? Because if so, then these people
Oh,
are not prepared. These humans are not prepared.
Can I be blunt? Like, can I be completely blunt?
Hell yeah. This podcast is free to do whatever.
Okay, dope. So here's the thing. I truly believe the New World Order is going to rise. I truly believe the Antichrist is going to rise. Not in a metaphorical sense. I mean in a physical, literal sense of the word.
I agree.
I feel I mean, if you look, I said this on Twitter, and I think your wife liked it. I said something like, if you can't tell through media, music, movies, politics, and through racism that the devil is plotting his schemes for earthly kingdom, then maybe you need to reevaluate yourself and being in denial.
Exactly. I seen that too.
You know what I mean? Because, like, look, this is what I see. Yeah, there's problems politically. Obviously, our senators and representatives are corrupt. Our president is definitely corrupt. There's no doubt about that. But if you combine all those factors and then mix, look, if I was the devil, I would plant these seeds in government, and then the icing on the cake, I'd cause a division, because if you look at it, if he's really causing a race division, eventually people are going to riot. People are going to end up killing each other based simply because of that factor. And then when that happens, that's a perfect recipe for martial law right there.
I think no wait. I think you said that too about the global speech. Like, I think you was telling me in a stream, like, Oprah wasn't slick, she wasn't fooling nobody. I watched it.
Oh, so you saw what I was talking about, how she wasn't slick.
Yeah, I saw the entire thing.
I don't remember exactly word for word what she said, but she said something like, this new year is going to be on some new prosperous type stuff. And I'm looking like, I don't remember exactly word for word what she says. If you can quote her, that'll be dope. But it kind of, like, to me, when I heard that, it kind of sounded like she was speaking code to us. Like she was trying to be shielding a negative martial law message with some positivity. That's what it seemed like to me. It seems like she was trying to tell us, we coming for all y'all, but guess what? Our New World Order is going to be on some real nice peace type stuff. But don't worry, we're still going to throw y'all in concentration camps, though.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Yeah, and wait. Really quick, like, addressing everybody that watches this podcast. Just to clarify to y'all really quick, me and Eternal are not trying to make it seem like we're the perfect angels and nothing like that. Like, everybody has their bads and everything. Like, we're not trying to make it seem like, oh, we know it all. Like, we've been seeing a lot of BS from a lot of medias and a lot of shit. So, of course, we're going to know so much. And he reads the Bible, and he's been on his Christianity for a long time. I've been studying God, and this is what pisses me off about fans. They don't realize that these celebrities, not just artists, but these celebrities, they've been stressing about this earthly kingdom shit on stage for years.
For real, like, I think it was Eminem in what was it? Just Lose Yourself, I believe.
It was Lose Yourself and Just Lose It.
Huh?
It was on Just Lose It and also the song Lose Yourself from the 8 Mile
Yeah,
soundtrack.
well, yeah, I'm speaking Lose Yourself from the 8 Mile soundtrack.
Yeah.
And he was like, as we move toward a new world order,
Mm-hmm.
and he quotes, like, if that's not as clear as day of what their plans are for y'all, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, but y'all are in denial. Like, if you can't see, and not just that, but one of Jay-Z's albums, I think it was called The Blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he has a song called 99 Problems, which was song number 9. Flip that upside down. What does that make?
I don't think I have to spell it out for people. They should know this
Like,
already.
and here's the icing on the cake. The song after that was called Lucifer.
Mm-hmm. It was in
Like,
order. It was all in order.
yeah, like he's basically telling y'all, I work for the devil. That he's basically telling, and it's not just him. Look, XXXTentacion, he's saying that clearly as day in his songs.
He
I don't
even
remember
addressed it.
exactly which
He
song.
even addressed it on the cipher too. He said, "Let them all know what they're all in the presence of." He says, "I am a murderer. I am a demon, the son of a serpent."
There you go. He's clear. He's saying it clear as day. And the sad part is that these kids who idolize him, they think that is cool. But what they don't realize is that he's actually spitting in their face, because not only is he showing them that their lives don't matter because they're not rich like he is, but he's also dragging them down to hell with him. Like, what type of life? Like, why would you want to follow that type of dude? Why would you want to idolize a dude who just spits on you every chance he gets? You know what I mean?
What's
And I'm not trying to.
crazy? What's crazy about this?
And
This happened centuries ago, way before technology. Like a lot of these things that have happened, like as far as the New World Order rising and everything, this happened centuries ago.
yeah, this was all in the making, bro. Like,
This is just new
this is what
generation
the
version.
yeah, this is just new generation version. But make no mistake, this has been in place since the creation of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
It has been in I was actually on Twitter about a month ago. I was in a debate with somebody going back and forth, and one of the things that I noticed that people tend to, because people are saying, well, this country was not a Christian country when it was founded. But see, what a lot of people seem to forget about their history, and actually, I just want to make it clear, I wasn't raised a Christian. I was actually an agnostic, borderline atheist at one point. But it was through science and history that I actually became a Christian, and I started to see the truth, and I started to see, some of the dirty deeds that were going on behind closed doors. So one of the things, to make my point, that people tend to forget about their history is that when the I think it was the Colombians that found North America, when
Mm-hmm.
the Indians came here, when the Indians were here, I forgot. I think it was the Colombians. I'm not sure, but
You're on
the
point.
bottom
Yep.
line is, the Pilgrims. That's their name. When the Pilgrims came here, they actually were um, fleeing Christian persecution from the British Empire, because what the British Empire was doing was snatching everybody's Bibles and killing all the Christians. So
Yeah.
when the Pilgrims came here, they were running away from that. So when the British came to North America, they were chasing these Christians that were fleeing their persecution. And that's the real story about how the Revolutionary War really began. I mean, your history books in school will only tell you, well, it started with the Tea Party, but it started long before that.
Yeah.
So,
And this is
so
this is back to
this
my
country,
point, like about this is back to my point I said on God Hop when I said music is magic, because mainly like music has been an alteration for children, like mainly not just adults but children, for their minds to either like be poisoned or if you're woke, as they so to say, like if you're woke, like to not be manipulated. But majority of
Well,
them,
yeah, because if you get, sorry to interrupt, but if you get children while they're young, you can get them easy.
exactly. And the crazy thing about this too, because I was not too long ago, like I think yesterday it was, me and my wife Ali, we was studying this show called Supernatural. and
Right?
and in the seasons it talks about Azazel, who was also known as the yellow-eyed demon, or the yellow-eyed, or so to say. he
That sounds familiar.
he would he would feed his blood to children, and then as they get older and they age through time, like they would grow with these different like abilities or so, or they would end up turning to the dark side. And like when I relate it back to like the music, I know some people are like, how can you relate that to the music? Like, to answer that,
Well,
it's
it's quite clear. I mean, he may
exactly.
not. I mean, the demon may not be doing it, literally, obviously, but if you look at music and the lyrics that are portrayed, and the influences that rappers have, it's quite clear that as you see the teens and kids following these idols, it's quite clear that there is mass manipulation in their lyrics, and they are leading the generation astray. So yeah, I can see where you're relating that to.
Exactly. And then with my channel, and this is what like kind of shocked me, but at the same time I caught on to it real quick. When I made the deal, me and Eternal talked about this because he talked about his favorite part on the track, where instead of me just going to sign with the enemy, like I flipped the script and I think about my
Yeah, you did the
afterlife.
opposite. Yeah, you did the opposite of what Eminem did. Instead of just signing your soul away just for a quick fame and fortune, you actually thought about the afterlife, and I thought that was pretty dope.
Right. And it's like I even told Eternal, I said more people unfortunately don't even do this, but they should, where they take control instead of letting the other side do so. Because when you really look at everything, first off, y'all, as much as y'all kids like to act grown, cuss, and repeat these lyrics and shit, y'all should know what the fuck is going on. And then for the
And,
adults,
and
whether or not y'all parents, y'all should already catch on to these coding and subliminal messages. Like, come on now.
yeah, for real. And especially when you see your kids acting out, they're not doing what they're told, they're rebelling against you. Like, who do you think is influencing them to do that? You
My
think they just
point.
picked that up simply because of human nature? I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, some of it is human nature, but for the most part, when they act like savages, it's mainly because their rappers are acting like savages. When they take Molly Percocets, it's because Future and other rappers are doing that. When they take drugs and all these others, I mean, let's be real here. It's because they're being influenced by rappers.
Pop
And
Xanax, all types of shit.
and here's another question that I want to ask the fans who are listening to this podcast. I got a question for y'all. If y'all are going to sit here and try to say, well, y'all are just delusional, rap is not satanic, rap has no satanic influences whatsoever, okay, then explain this to me. Why isn't people, I mean, why is Lecrae the only Christian rapper that's allowed in mainstream? Why isn't Bizzle allowed in mainstream? Why ain't Dayton? Why Victory? You know, KJ52? Why, Gideon's Army, Victory? Why aren't these people being signed to labels if this is not an overall satanic? Why should these rappers, mainstream rappers, have the freedom to rap their lifestyle, but these other artists who rap for God can't rap their lifestyle
And
in a
that
mainstream
y'all need
platform?
to y'all need to think really hard before y'all answer. Don't answer right away. Y'all need to think about that. I need everyone to think about that
And
question
and I don't want and
before
I don't and I
answering.
don't want to hear and I don't want to hear that Christian rap doesn't sell. That's ridiculous. Because if you look at Bizzle, Dayton's, and Tripley's, and Andy Namino, if you look at all their Rap, they're on iTunes. They're getting like #1 sales. They're getting all types of stuff, bro. So
They
don't
making their
try
own
to tell
money.
me
They
that.
don't have to make money for no damn companies.
Yeah, they don't need to make mainstream money. Their albums are selling. Make no mistake about it. Well, they're sailing and selling. I'm actually glad I said that. But yeah, I mean, if you go on iTunes, Bizzle at one point had the #1 album on iTunes. So so you can't use that Christian rap doesn't sell. Oh, it sells.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason these rappers are not getting into mainstream is because the higher ups are not allowing them to. And the only reason Lecrae was allowed into was because he had to notice that he doesn't. And I'm not saying he's a sellout not by any means, because he's still bringing people to Christ, but he had to dial down his Christian message in order to get into mainstream.
Right.
So y'all really got to think about that.
His words are still strong. Like, make no mistake about that. As well as many other Christian rappers. There's this Christian rapper named NF that I listen to. I've listened to his Project Mansion. I've listened to his Project Therapy Session. He's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's funny, because I've actually rewritten a song of his, and I'm actually gonna be I'm gonna be recording that soon. You know what's funny is that when you slap me with reality is,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the tracks that I was gonna put on New Life, I was like, you know what? I was like, I have a lot of cuss words in these. I'm like, I need to switch this up. So I've been taking some of the songs and cutting some of them out, and I've been trying to rebuild a whole new album with it to try to, like, go that will fit in the new direction that I'm going. So
That's good.
yeah, NF is one of but NF is one of one. I don't want to reveal what track it is, but it's a track that really blew him up, I guess, and I want to use that track to try to push the message, But yeah, NF is one of my favorites too, bro. I listen to him all the time.
Same. That was literally when I downloaded Pandora, that was literally the first radio that I selected.
And he has a lot of followers, bro. A lot of followers.
For real.
I was shocked. Because if there's anybody, like, he might be, I ain't gonna lie, he might be the next Christian rapper to make it to mainstream. He might get it, bro. Because
not just that, he might change the game up slowly but processingly. Like, he might be that one to do that.
I don't know, bro, because he has his odds stacked against him. I mean, he's got M, he's got J, he's got Lil Wayne, he's got so many people that are on the opposite side, Rihanna.
Right,
people,
right,
bro.
and you're right about that. But to make my point, to add on to that as well, it's good the odds are stacked against him, because then he can show people, huh?
I said that does make him the underdog.
Yeah, and he's going to be that one person, if not the only, if not the only person, then one of those people that stacked up against the odds and can, like, without even having to verbally say it to fans, like, he could just talk his shit and say, like, he put these demons back in their place. Yeah.
He can expose the truth, yeah. And look, man, I don't know what else to say, bro, because truth be told, like, if the fans don't see it now, if they don't see, like, the New World Order rising, I mean, you see all these police officers. They're not just police officers anymore. They're more militarized now. Like, they're cocking automatic rifles, heavy armor. They're rolling around with, they can easily get APC tanks and all types of stuff, bro. So if y'all don't see what me and Iz see, then you never will. Like, it's right there, right in front of your face, that they coming for us. Like, it's not a game.
And the funny thing about this, and this is where, like, I've had one of my friends shocked when I told them about this, because I know a lot of people have been asking me what made me come up with the name Is Apocalypse. Now, this is the time to fully explain like the name, because before, like, instead of me going through a whole like speech on it, because people were going to continue asking me, like I would tell them one of my reasons was to have a different name, not have Lil or Young or any of that, like have
Bro,
something different.
high key, I always thought it was because you're bringing a lyrical apocalypse.
It
That's
was
what I
that
thought.
too. No, it was that too, but like my main reason, like my first and main reason why, like, cause if you know my my name, like my first and my middle name is very biblical. It's Israel, and then my middle name is Zion. So it has a
Right.
biblical standpoint in my name. But I shortened it to is. Like I put the first letter of both my first and middle name and I put them together. But then I put apocalypse next to it because I already been seeing what was coming for the longest. And on top of that, it's like this, like as I studied me being the Gemini and having my moments from when I was younger all the way to now, how I've developed and grown, I started
Right.
seeing more dark shit coming, like all the way up to not just this year, but like months later. And it's like, I might as well just have this name next to it to show people, like, yo, yeah, I have good in me, but don't get it fucked up. Like, fuck with me, I put you in your place. That's one. Two, two. It's like y'all have to be able to see, like, this shit was bound to happen no matter what, and that was because these people you idolize and worship so hard, like, they've been stressing this to y'all on stage. They've been warning y'all. They've been trying to tell y'all, but y'all just refuse to like even look into
You know
that.
who's
Y'all
a
look
prime
past it.
example? You know who's a prime example, bro?
Oh,
I wouldn't look to Eminem or Jay Z because, truth be told, they're just deceiving people. But Kanye, Kanye's been trying to tell people, and look what they did to his career, bruh.
yeah.
They they smerged his career as much as they. I mean, he's still famous. Don't get me wrong, only because he's still with Kim, But uh, you can't deny that they smidged his career, bro. Like they try to disintegrate his career as much as humanly possible. And it's
And then
because
that
he
shit he
spoke
pulled
out.
on stage, that whole rant shit he pulled on stage. He been trying to warn people. And then I think somebody backstage was trying to tell him, "Yo, they coming. We gotta go," or some shit. And then right after that whole rant, after he left the stage, next thing you know, cops was trying to take him. He was like, "I don't want to go. He's tired." And then they just took him anyway. Like I think they tased him or whatever.
Yeah. See? I mean, if you look at people like Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur, now Kanye, if y'all can't see the pattern now, like there is a pattern there. Anybody who speaks truth to power, they will come after you. And here's the thing, and there's actually a documentary. Like I don't know if a lot of people know this, but there's a documentary that thoroughly shows Satan's influence in music. Thoroughly shows it, and it's called "They Sold Their Souls for Rock and Roll," and it's mainly on rock musicians, but it also exposes a lot of rap artists too. So if y'all want to check that out, it's on YouTube. You can look it up. They sold their souls for rock and roll. You can watch that documentary, and it'll thoroughly show people from the all the way down from the like 1920s all the way to present day. Like
And still
they
going, and
expose
so on, and so
and still
on.
going. Yeah.
Because
So
my manager, he actually was talking to me. I'm not gonna name drop them, but he basically was telling me about how, like, before they used to put like spells on certain records and shit, like way back before, like, hip
like
hop started
what?
growing the
Black
way it
magic or
is.
something?
Yeah, black magic. They would put spells on these
Okay.
different records, and as these shits would sell, like, people would grow to be more like, they'd be more negative. Like, you know how some people that get famous or don't get famous, they fall into the infamous category where they're so focused on just like abusing people as far as like friends or relationships, or like falling into like the extreme alcoholic category or anything like that.
Would that be like the Kurt Cobain type lane?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, I'm following you. All right, I'm following you so far.
Those people, like when they like try to speak out, and I'm also thinking about the video you once showed me where like they there was these different people in robes and shit where like there was Luciferians, elites, and all types of shit. They would try to speak
Oh, that
out and they couldn't speak. Like the people from back then, like they couldn't speak on nothing, bro. But they seen
no,
everything and it was
because
shook.
I mean, they were shook, but I think that they were shook. They were in fear for their lives.
Exactly.
Um,
That's what I mean.
yeah. I mean, I still think that we should speak out as much as humanly possible because, look, the last freedom that they should take from us is freedom of speech. I truly believe that. That should be the last freedom that they take from us. And I don't want them taking that freedom. Like we should have the freedom to speak out against them if we want to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which is another reason why I kind of disliked Eminem dissing reactors. I really dislike that because it's like, okay, I understand you're popular and you might be following under some type of pressure, but bruh, first of all, you can't diss someone based off their opinion. Like if come on, fam, like so what? He criticized your album. Who cares, bruh? You're on top. Why do you even care what some reactor has to say? You know what I mean? Why do you even I don't know.
No, for
But I
me,
but I
for
also
me, this makes him a
yep,
hypocrite. You know why this makes him a hypocrite? Because when he
what?
first started, he aimed at so many pop stars, bro. Like he was throwing hella
Bruh.
shots, and now when people give give their opinions, he's just mad as fuck. It's like it's an opinion at the end of the day.
Yo,
There's a
what was it
million
what was
people
it that
that's
he
gonna
said?
say
I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
exactly. And on that video, yo, even in the video, he's falling from a tall ass building.
Yeah, that's symbolism. That's symbolism. Like
Come
I don't
on,
understand how
y'all.
people don't see that that's symbolism. That he is visually showing y'all he made the choice to jump to fall as like a fallen angel. Like he made that choice. Like he's showing y'all, this is the choice I made. I'm not gonna climb up the ladder. I'm gonna fall all the way down, and I'm gonna try to take all y'all down with me.
Come on, y'all.
So,
Y'all know this.
but here's the good news though. Well, the new world order will rise. I mean, it's apparent. When we start to riot too much, and like blood will be shed. The race issue starts to like really unleash a full scale war or whatever. That's when the Illuminati is going to issue martial law. Military is going to start rolling in. We're going to start being arrested, thrown in concentration camps, all that. But here's the good news. And this is what Revelation tells us, is that it'll only last for 7 years. After 7 years, the sky is going to crack. And when that happens, Christ returns. And when he returns, game over for them, bruh. Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only is Christ coming by himself, first of all, y'all tried to kill him. That didn't work out too well, did it? So you ain't gonna kill him. Let's get that straight. Like, you're gonna launch all type of nuclear missiles, and it's gonna go. It's just gonna evaporate right in front of him. So, but not only is he coming alone, he's bringing all his angels, all his saints. He's bringing everybody. All the nations finna run his fade. All y'all finna, like the United Nations. You better enjoy your time while you still can, cause you finna run a fade that you can't win. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when that happens, the earth like, from what Revelation teaches us, is that the earth is gonna be destroyed, and he's gonna create a whole brand new earth with his own capital, the New Jerusalem, and we're all going to be brothers and sisters, and we're going to be able to live forever, man, and not have to worry about death, not have to worry about pain, not have to worry about suffering, because everybody's going to love one another.
Exactly.
So that's the good news.
Exactly. And by far, we're still continuing this, but by far, I just want to tell everybody watching and listening, this is the realest prophetic podcast that I've ever had to do. And and I'm glad that it could be with somebody that sees the same exact vision that I see, because I feel like many people are either in denial or they've made their choice.
Right. I mean, they could make their choice, but I made mine. So, hey, if that makes you and I enemies, guess what? I guess that makes us enemies, because I'm not switching up to benefit your beliefs or your lifestyles. Like, I'm sorry, no compromise.
Exactly.
There ain't gonna be no compromise when it comes to my beliefs for Christ.
And
so you can forget that, y'all.
And to all of y'all who go back to the song "The Deal," I need y'all to pay attention to the entire song, because I took control. I didn't let the other side take control of me. I took control of my free will. I used my will over my judgment.
Yeah, he didn't let Lucy take control because he understood that people lied. And don't nobody love Lucy. Nobody loves that. Nobody loves that chick.
My point. Yeah, and even when I talked about how I wanted her, I needed the money and I needed the fame. That's all of us. Like, we all have our moments where we want this, but there are some of us, like Eternal and I, who want it in a positive way.
I said that in my just most recent video about how you struggle with sin, but you still live for Christ. Like, I was basically outlining that we all have that all males have that lust desire that we're going to live and die with. But even though we struggle with that, we can still make the choice not to indulge in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I feel like that's what I felt like you were doing in that track. Like, I felt like you were tempted by it, but you weren't jumping in to indulge in it either.
Exactly.
So yeah, if y'all haven't checked it out, check out The Deal. I actually wanted to ask you, like, and if you don't want to, include this in the podcast, you by all means cut it out. But I wanted to ask you if it's possible, if I can, because I got that beat in my beats to use, and I wanted to ask you if I can rap over that beat and title it "No Deals."
Yeah, go ahead, definitely.
All right, bet. Because I wanted to ask you first, because I didn't want to like just up and use it, But yeah, I wrote something down, and I wanted to see if I could make a song called "No Deals," where he's trying to approach me, and he's trying to like get me to sell my soul, but I'm like, nah, no deal, bruh. And here's why, and I outline all my reasons why there's no deals.
Yeah, of course. And Blue Archer made a remix to it after I uploaded the shit too, actually. And his verse,
I know, I heard it.
And his verse, I enjoyed listening to it because, like he's talking about the mistake that he made, and he flipped it back to what I did.
I feel like he flipped it to a different perspective on someone who might have made that deal already, but now they're regretting it. Now they're regretting. Yeah, like I thought that was pretty dope.
And I encourage everybody, I encourage everybody to do something with that, because I feel like with that song, "The Deal," I feel like that's a prophet start. Like, I feel like that's a start for a prophecy that we can share with audiences.
Hey, speaking of starts and movements and stuff, would you want the you know how in my God Hop track I said y'all know what it is, and you hear that sound effect, menace?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, do you want that sound effect so you could put that in your tracks? Because I can send that to you if you want.
Sure, yeah.
All right, bet.
Because by all means, like, by all means, we're definitely like telling people like day by day like what's real. Like we're not gonna sugarcoat this shit for you. Like I'm just telling y'all straight up. Like whether that's me and Eternal like both talking to y'all or it's just one of us like separately or both of us separately, like we're not sugarcoating shit.
Nah, ain't no sugarcoating, bro. I mean, we might tell it in a different perspective and in a different light, I guess, in different ways, but we're still gonna be telling y'all the truth regardless.
Exactly.
And now I think we should talk a little bit about that menace movement, bro, and what we want to do with that, fam. Or what perspectives you and I might have on the menace movement. Me personally, I'm gonna take the menace movement and be a menace to the world, and what I mean by that is, as long as the world becomes more and more darker, I'm gonna be a menace to them and stay in the light more and more and more as it continues. That's how I'm taking the menace movement.
Word. Now, for my part, I'm still going by like the ideal that you told me with the yin yang reference. I'm still
Right.
looking at it like that. Like for me on my part, I'm the same way as well. Only with me, like, cause I have my moments as well where like sometimes I could be a little bit dark, and that's just off the strength that I be ready to like just attack anybody. Like, but
Right.
with me, I'm still light. The only difference is like with me being light, I'm in like I'm really like inside like the fucking core of the dark.
You know how I look at you, bro? You know how I look at you? You're kind of like a gray Jedi. I don't know if you know what that is, but like in Star Wars, there's Jedi and Sith, right? But then there's something in between called the Gray Jedi, where basically they lean more towards the light, but they'll tap into the dark if they have to.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
there
how
you go. I caught on to
that's
it.
how I look at you.
I caught on to it because at first I was trying to remember because I ain't watched Star Wars in a fucking minute. But after you explained it a little more, I was like, oh, okay, there we go. Yup.
Yeah, and that's basically where you're taking the menace movement. Like you'll lean more toward the light, but if you have to, you'll talk, you'll tap into that darkness and use it if you got to.
Yo, no lie, I feel like that dark
But yeah,
energy. I feel like that
and
dark
this is
energy just tried to
for
tap
all the
in.
fans, like to anybody who might be possibly listening, like.
Hello?
You ain't gonna, hey, bro. Don't get possessed on this damn thing, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yo, I feel like that shit, because it started like fucking with your audio for a minute. I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who's here? Fuck. What the fuck just happened?
Bro, the higher ups trying to end this podcast, bro.
Yo,
Bro,
they
the higher
don't
ups trying to end this podcast, bro. We're speaking way too much truth.
Yo, they do not want you talking up here.
Nah, Peter, end this podcast.
This is not edited, y'all. This is straight up uncut. Like I did not edit shit.
Hey, hi, Key. Watch this podcast be blocked in all countries. What?
If I get flagged for this, y'all already know why. If I get flagged for this, y'all know why. Lord, man.
Oh my god.
This shit is crazy as hell, man.
But yeah, as far as the menace movement, like to continue, like if anybody's possibly listening, like I know Ali will, Sleepy, Shady, any of y'all like want to make amends, come back into the fold, and you know, spread this positive movement. Like I'm all like, we should do it, bro. Definitely. I already spoke to Sleepy. Like I messaged him on Facebook. He said he was gonna think about it, but he hasn't got back to me yet. So I don't know. I feel like if we can get Sleepy back into the fold, then we can get everybody else. You know?
Yeah, I say give it time. You know, like he's still working through like his own shit, and he's also like in school, and he's also just thinking about it. So if anything, like he'll get back to you.
Oh, I know he will. No, I mean we're still talking. He just hasn't got back to me on that matter, but we're still chopping it up.
Right.
So, but yeah, like to anybody listening, if y'all want to be a part of this menace movement, just hit me or is up, and we'll. I mean, we got Blue Archer. Most likely, if I'm not mistaken, we most likely got Red Crisis because that's his sister, and we got Shy. So, we already got a few people already.
Right. Yeah. This
And you
this
know what
dark
else I want to
energy's
do
trying
too?
to tap in.
You know what else I want to do too, bro? I want to do some other I want to do like our own YouTube channel, our own podcast. I want to do something that's more constant. You know what I mean? I think
Mm-hmm.
that'll be really dope.
Yeah, definitely. Like everything will fall into place down the line.
What to talk about it? Oh, I'm pretty sure it will. But yeah, so we covered YouTube. We covered our beliefs. We covered the world. I really don't know what else to cover. I mean,
I feel like next topic. So my plan B, because I feel like YouTube eventually is just gonna crack. Like we're already at the bottom, but eventually it's just gonna fully crack. I'm thinking about a plan B, like what's next for me, like as backup, because I don't want to just be left with like nothing else to do.
yeah, I think I told you that a while back during the Sav days that you should probably have a backup plan just in case YouTube doesn't work out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And and obviously, like a lot of people may not know this about me, but I actually have a career, and that's in cooking. I'm not going to reveal where, but I do have a cooking career, and I am working as a cook full time, 7 days, almost 7 days a week. So I have a backup plan just in case this YouTube stuff doesn't work, and I feel like you should too, bro. Like you should have some type of backup.
Right. I feel like something gonna come around because I've been thinking about many options. Like one of my options, I might go back to school. Like I'm still thinking about it. And then like my second option, like I'm gonna continue like with like looking at different places like I could work at, but like one of my
I
main
think you said
options is
something
going
about
back
you
to
want to try
school.
to get signed to a label.
Yeah, I talked about getting signed to a label. Now, on that no, on that topic, whichever label comes to me, I'm not gonna just automatically like just like put my name down because I feel like many people make the mistake of not, and I repeat, not reading any fine prints.
The fine print,
Yeah,
right? And then they end up getting stuck with a certain. Then they end up getting stuck with either a certain pay or they get signed with a certain way of rapping. Like the company tells them you have to rap this and you can't escape this contract.
they getting fucked over, no lube.
So, oh my god, no Vaseline.
Nope, no Ice
I
Cube,
would,
no
yeah,
NWA.
probably no.
That Jerry Heller bullshit stay over there.
But yeah, man, I really think that here's the thing too. Like, who knows? Maybe if YouTube crashes, maybe another site will come into the fold. Because I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, when MySpace started to crash, Facebook took over. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So it's only a matter of time. Like if YouTube does crash, then somebody around the world is going to create some type of site that offers the same services as YouTube, only with better standards. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And when that happens, I'm pretty sure most of the YouTubers are gonna go to that site.
Yo, I know this dark energy's
Watch
better
Twitch
stop
went to
fucking with your
Vimeo.
audio,
The only
yo.
problem with Vimeo is that you have to pay for. Is my audio really messing up?
Like somewhat, it's cutting a little bit, and it's clear, but sometimes it keeps like cutting. I'm just like, yo, this dark energy better stop fucking playing.
All right, hold up. Let me go outside real quick. Maybe if I go outside.
These motherfuckers playing games. They playing games with me.
All right, I'm outside. Can you hear me a little bit better?
Yeah, I could. Yo, listen, hell, stop playing with me. I'm trying to record this damn podcast, you heard? Listen, Lucifer, you got 19 seconds to get the fuck out of my house, you heard? I drop kick you in your hell nuts, you heard?
That's Lucy about to get slapped.
Lucy about to catch that RKO.
Oh no.
Oh.
Lucy, you got beautiful hair, but don't play with me.
Oh my god. Hey, real quick. What would you do if you woke up at 3 a.m. and you see your girl standing over you, Ali standing over you, and she got them red eyes, bro? You know she's possessed by Lucy. What you gonna do then, bro?
I'm gonna smash, then I'm gonna tell her to get the fuck out.
I feel like telling her.
I'm being so. Hey guys, I'm just being honest.
Lord. So if I ever did that, you would smash me and then I would be like, get the fuck out.
Yep, I'll tell you get the fuck out.
Oh,
Like
no.
I'll smash. Like I probably nut like 2 milliseconds, but then I'll tell you get the fuck out. Like
You
that's
nasty.
it's gonna be a shortcoming. Like no pun intended.
Literally.
Bro, that's really nasty. You you smashed the devil. I always knew you got problems.
No. Wait.
I'm telling you right now, you don't even know the half of it.
Wait, señorita. Wait. Not the devil. His daughter. Hey, she used your body as a host, so technically it's still you. I'm smashing you either way.
True.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna probably rebuke you midway stroke, but still.
God.
Throw some holy water on that forehead like, yeah!
Why my forehead though? Why am I always my forehead?
Hey, hey, Ali, you know when you pour holy water on a possessed person, that burns the skin. He trying to burn you, Ali. I'm just letting you know, like, he really trying to burn your skin like that.
Oh no,
I'm
we
just
gonna
saying.
fight while Lucy's inside me. Both me and Lucy about to run the fade.
Oh shit, tag team. Little threesome.
Oh my god.
They said they trying to attack me.
Alright, well, if there's, what other topics can we cover? I mean, I don't want this podcast to die out, you know what I mean?
Listen, if this podcast die out, I'm going to YouTube headquarters. I'm going to show up in a Luigi outfit and I'm slamming everybody through a fucking table. Yo, don't play with me, YouTube. I'm trying to get this shit uploaded. Listen, I will Mamma Mia, your bitch asses.
Oh my god.
Lord. He really said, I will Mamma Mia you bitch asses.
Hey, let's drive down there with a beer truck, get a beer hose, and spray their entire building down.
Bad.
Don't give him any ideas.
Nah, that's a fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. Yo, doorknob, get the scooter ready. I'm about to pull up.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god. I wish, you know what I wish too? You know what other things that we should probably do? I was thinking we should probably do live podcasts too. Or maybe you should do live podcasts. That way, you know, if fans want to ask the guests any questions or something, they can ask through your live stream, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, let me
I'll
chill.
be,
Let me chill.
you know, like the next time you bring, I don't know. I mean, Koala doesn't mess with me anymore. But if you want, I'm pretty sure you said uh, sometime this past week, you said you're gonna bring Koala on again. You know,
Yeah, I'm
maybe we
waiting
should do
on
that
him.
live. Have
I'm
him
waiting
do
on
his
him
podcast
because
live.
he canceled earlier, but he told me like he'll let me know like when he'll be ready to reschedule. I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Go do your thing up the palm tree.
All right.
Go do your thing, sir.
Well, whether it's Koala or Blue Archer or me or Red Crisis, matter of fact, I don't think you even had Red Crisis on an interview yet, have you?
Not yet. I'm about to.
Yeah, do that live, bro. All these interviews should be done live, bro. That way, at the end, like when like after you're done talking about like all the segments that you want to talk about,
Uh huh.
the fans could go in and start asking questions and stuff.
Yeah, y'all better
So,
act. Y'all better ask me the most random questions ever. You motherfuckers.
Somebody gonna fuck around and ask
Oh
us.
yeah,
but
can y'all hit Rihanna up? Tell her to unblock me, please. Please. She ain't really blocked me. I'm just saying, can y'all hit her up though?
hey, I really want to know, bro. Like, are you trolling? Did you really send her that D pic, bro?
I tried to.
Are you
I tried
trolling?
to. Listen, I tried to. It would not let me. Like, I feel like she got security through her Instagram. Like, you got to go through 5 different doors in order to get under her umbrella.
And that's not even all he did. He asked Bella Thorne if she wanted some head.
I really did. Yo, there's a whole screenshot I could show you. Like, I asked Bella Thorne, yo, you want some head? Bella Thorne, listen, I don't fuck with your show, but I'll go down on you.
Oh my god. What am I gonna do with you is like, hi key, what am I gonna do with you, bro?
You gotta put me in my lunatic. You gotta
All right,
put me in
so
my
is there any
lunatic
like
cage, and then when it's time to go crazy on someone, just let me out the cage.
bet I'll call Arkham? I'll call Batman and send you to Arkham, bro. How's that?
No, 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 no. You gotta call Bruce Wayne. No, you gotta call Bruce Wayne. I don't want the bat after me. Listen, if the bat is after me, you know what that means? That means Catwoman comes. And if Catwoman comes, I'm not even gonna be in the mood to fight Batman. I'm just gonna straight up just be smashing Catwoman.
Don't lie, I know you want to smash Catwoman and Harley Quinn at the same time. I know.
You ain't never
That's how
lie.
you roll, bro.
You ain't never lie.
All right, bro. So, is there any like, I'm pretty sure that you probably have some questions for me, considering like we've been like 3 months in out of contact. You know what I mean? Like, and we just now made reconciliation. So, like, is there anything like you want to know? Like,
Right. I got some questions. So one of my questions I wanted to ask. So as far as your movements that you're making, not just the Menace movement, but like your movements as Eternal 316, like do you with music, do you plan on like being part of like I'm not sure if they have like a Christian rap label. If they do, like would you try to go for that label?
it's called. They have several. There are several popular, famous Christian rap labels. One of them is God Over Money, which is ran by my favorite rapper today, Bizzle. Um,
Hey.
Bizzle, at one point, I was in contact with Bizzle while I was DKS a while back, only because I messaged him and I asked him, "Hey, can I use one of your tracks as a intro video for my channel?" And he gave me permission to do that. Um, but if he were to come up to me and be like, "Listen, I like the movement that you're doing. I like the positivity you're spreading. I feel like we could work on your flow a little bit, help you grow as an artist." Like if that were to happen, I definitely hop on board with that. And then there's also Rapzilla, which is basically the umbrella of all Christian rap artists as a whole. You know, if they hit me up and said, "Listen, we're going to get you in contact with some other Christian labels, like, would you be down?" And I would definitely hop on that.
Hey, Rapzilla, the plug, the plug. Hey, can y'all fix my Comcast though? I mean, like, I'm trying to watch some Xfinity, like Netflix type shit.
I don't know if Rapzilla can help you with your cable problem.
Oh man. Oh. Like, can y'all at least like, okay, can y'all at least baptize my Netflix? Cause I'm trying to Netflix and chill like high key.
I'm pretty sure they would ask you, okay, define Netflix and chill before we baptize.
No lie, they actually would do that too. Like, for real. They would really do that, like, no joke.
uh, all right, so you said you had a couple questions. That was one. What are the others?
Alright, so my other question. So for YouTube, like, do you plan on paving your own like certain like path for like other YouTubers that relate to like, you know, like what your channel and you as a person is all about? Like, do you plan on like paving a new way for other people to like lead and follow at the like same time to like set examples like
You know,
for others?
It's funny you. It's funny you mentioned that because some of not just fans but other reactors that I still have as friends, they were asking me, "Listen, I know you didn't have a good start. Well, I wouldn't say a good start, but they were telling me like, I know your first run as a reactor didn't go so well, but would you be willing to come back and start reacting again?" And I feel like, because I remember, to go back again to your video about me when you say that you saw me going out of my lane. I did have a lane, and that lane was I was the first ever Christian in the Reactorverse. Like, nobody before me was an open Christian before I was. And I felt like that was my lane. And I would have no problem coming back as a reactor, like, to movies and music videos and stuff. Um, there's only a slight few problems. One, um, my internet is not what it used to be in California, in Los Angeles. I'm not in a city anymore. I'm in a small town. I no longer have fiber. Um, so the internet that I work with, I can probably only upload maybe one video a day and a track, maybe like one video and a track a day. Because music really uploads really fast. I've noticed that music uploads really fast. But if I were to edit videos, and then that's another thing too, with reactions, it takes longer to edit reactions because not only are you trying to add an intro and outro, make that look nice, but then you're trying to throw in cuts, and then you're trying to throw in the overlay, and then you're trying to throw in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's a lot of work. And I have a lot, and that's another thing that I had a lot of respect for reactors, because back when I started, people were saying that it doesn't take a lot of work to react, but that's not true. It takes a lot of work
It's
to
more
react.
than just putting the video in the
Um,
corner. Like, I could
I
tell
don't know.
people that now.
I might. I'm really thinking about stepping back into that lane of, being the leading reactor who is a Christian, and try to influence people that way. Um, yeah, nowadays there's mobile apps that help you do that. I mean, we see other channels doing that mobile app stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. If you really want your video to prosper, you got to put in that extra work, like thumbnails and intros and outros and
Yeah.
cuts and
To reel
pastes
people
and all
in.
that. all types of stuff, you know.
You want to reel people in. And
So
you know what? I just thought about something for
emojis,
you. I just thought about
like
something.
the editing could go on and on and on. So, but that's when it comes to the reactions, that's the videos that really prosper.
Right. I just thought about something
Yeah.
too.
So
So
I don't.
wait. Like I didn't
What's
mean to
up?
cut off, but
Hello.
hello.
Yeah. I'm here, bro.
Oh
Are you all
shit.
right, bro?
Yeah. I'm good. It's just what the fuck. Yo, wait. All right. So wait, what I was saying, like I didn't mean to cut off, but like I thought about something. So like if you were to go back to that lane, right? What you could
Uh-huh.
do, you can add both what you learned from the mistake that you were soon going to make, and also like what you've learned as far as like adapting and revitalizing yourself. Like you could add more of your other experience to the table and like strengthen.
That's definitely.
Yeah,
That would be the only way I would come back to that lane. Like the videos that I upload now, like the motivational videos,
mm-hmm,
that's coming with me.
definitely, yeah,
That is definitely coming with me. So like it's not like I'm just gonna hop in and just only do reactions. Oh no, I'm gonna bring those motivational videos with me. I'm gonna try to bring testimonies with me. I'm gonna try to, continue on the music path. You know?
exactly. Cause on some shit, that's what makes you different from majority of the reactors that I watch. And majority of the reactors up here, period. Like that's what makes you different. Like there are some people that do the same, but you're more open. You know what I'm saying? Like you're more open to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you notice, like, there's a couple reactors that actually follow. I wouldn't say they followed my footsteps as a reactor, but as far as being openly Christian, they followed my footsteps. Oh Snap 321, that's another reactor that's a good friend of mine. And I feel like he didn't start openly becoming Christian until he's like, and I don't want to say he copied my style because, truth be told, when you're a Christian, you don't copy nobody's style. You're
Exactly.
just your own Christian. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when he saw Oh Snap 321, Crazy Ninja, a lot of other reactors, when they saw that I was an open Christian and it was making an impact on people, I felt like they thought, you know what? I want to do that.
Oh
I
snap.
want to be a positive. I want to be that positive Christian that will influence people to follow the light. So they started going down their Christian path and try to influence their fans to follow Christ, at least a little bit. Temporarily, they did. I don't know if they still do that now, but you're right. Like I am. That's what separated me from the rest of the Reactorverse. When I was in my original lane, I was following Christ, and Christ was guiding my path.
Right.
You know.
That's
So
why with the video I did to respond to you, I didn't name it responding to Eternal 316. I just named it Eternal because with that message, it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, for responding. It was also to like engrave, like that video to the internet, period, for people to follow in that example. Because when you really think about it, like if you're willing to come to peace and just like let bygones be bygones, and you're willing to adapt and grow as like a spirit, not just a human, then you start to learn more of not only the truth, but you start to learn more of why you're here for a purpose.
yeah, no, I feel you, and I actually appreciate the fact that you named it eternal because this is the eternal path that I'm on. You know what I mean? And here's another thing. Another way I looked at it was, uh, I can man up and openly admit you gave me an L. You did give me an L. I will admit that you gave me an L, a slap with reality. But here's the thing. This is the way I looked at it. Christ was smacked with an L too when he was crucified on that cross. You know what I mean? And 3 days later he rose again.
Yeah,
So and ever since he rose, he's been making a huge impact on the world, right? So I'm
exactly.
looking at it as in how can I follow his steps? Now that I have this redemption, I want to go down a path that will really impact the world. And I don't know if you noticed, but I've been growing in subs now slowly. I went from, when 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 you uploaded that track, I was at 2,300 subs. Now I'm at 2,420. So
Right.
that's an extra 120 subs that saw that I was in that life change. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So if I can continue going down this path and really start influencing people, maybe I can bring a lot of souls to Christ before my time is up, you know? And that's my ultimate mission in life. Like I
Right.
said in my God Hop track, I am not trying to approach God looking like a bum. I'm not trying to do that. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to approach him in confidence and know that I did everything in my power to live for him. So even if he gives me those words, depart from me, you wicked and evil servant, at least I'll go knowing that I did everything I could to live for him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Cause it's like
So
this, and I even told you way before like I worked on the response. More of what I do now is for the universe, not just YouTube. Because before, when I was just doing stuff, I was doing stuff for YouTube. But now it's like more so for like a universal connection. And
yeah, because you're looking at it from a bigger picture now, and that's what
exactly,
I like about you. That's what I like about you now is that you're not looking at it just from a website standpoint. You're looking at it from a universal standpoint. How can you leave your legacy and a mark on people that will influence them in a positive direction, basically?
exactly. And Eternal could confirm this with y'all. Not he even told me a day after me and him like reunited. Like he even told me my mindset seems different now. Like he's seen it for himself.
Yeah, because I hit him up and because I noticed that there was a change in him, and I wasn't sure I wasn't sure if there was something that you were depressed about or if you were just going through something that made you want to make this life change. But I wanted to hit you up and be like, hey man, are you all right? Like is does something happen recently? You know, like because that's what brothers do. Like regardless whether we have downfalls or what, we care for one another regardless. That's family, you know. So I
Exactly.
wanted to hit you up and be like, hey, you all right, bro? Like I see you're going through some changes. Like what's the deal here? And he told me like he's like, nah, I'm just thinking about it from a more positive standpoint. Like he's like, I wanna go in a different direction now. I want to start influencing people. I'm like, oh, all right, dope. So like that's the thing about me and Is right now. We are that's something that we right now in this very moment in life we are on the same page as far as changing our lives and going in a completely more positive direction. And that's what's making this moment right here so damn important, you know?
Exactly. Like it's the same exact page, the same book. Only difference is I'm more crazy. But other than that, we're on the same page.
Oh, he's definitely more crazy. I'm more of a Bruce Wayne, try to live clean type. He's a Joker, but he's like a good Joker. Let's put it that way. He's not like a villain Joker. I mean, he
Yeah.
could be, but I don't know
Like
how to explain it, bro.
it's more so like it's more like a Joker, but if he was the hero and not the villain. If he wasn't the villain
Yeah,
from Arkham
exactly.
Asylum.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's you. Yeah.
Cause
All right, bro. Any last minute questions? Because damn, it's almost damn near two hours. Oh, is it? No, it's about a minute and an hour and a half. But
hey, hour and a
yeah,
half podcast.
I don't want this going on too long. I don't want you to have to I don't want this upload to take like 3 fucking days. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, this should
So,
be uploading within 5 minutes.
are you serious?
Mm-hmm. It don't take
Your
long for
internet is
me at
fast
all.
as hell, bro.
It never takes long
You
for me.
you got you must have fiber internet, huh? You got fiber internet. You lucky mother. I swear, I wish I had fiber. That's the only thing about LA that I missed. I mean, California is going to shit now. I'm glad I left Cali because that is going to shit now. But
Woo woo.
just California's become a sanctuary state. They are totally divided from the United States. More and more people are becoming homeless. I mean, in the streets of LA, one of my reactor homies, his name is Clem Media. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know who he is, but if you look him up, I think he has like a few more subscribers than I do.
I'm not
But
gonna lie.
he was
I'm not gonna lie. When you said Clem Media, I instantly thought of a dentist. I'm gonna be real with you.
oh,
I so thought
well,
about him cleaning teeth on YouTube. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
okay, well, Clem Media is basically known for reactor mashups. Like he does reactor mashups like Adik the One does. His
Yay!
So Clem Media is one of my homies in LA, and he posted a photo today on Facebook, and I saw that in the streets of LA, downtown LA, there's like a mini city of homeless tanks growing, or homeless tents. Tanks? I don't know why I said tanks. But homeless tents are growing in the city of LA, and it's becoming more of a mini city in LA. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, damn, homelessness is really like striking LA, like big time.
That's
So
why I
I'm actually really
mentioned.
glad.
That's why I mentioned on GitHub like it could help homeless off the streets because I had noticed that too.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people don't think that God could really help you monetarily, but if you put your faith in Him completely, nothing held back, there's nothing that He can't do for you. Because truth be told, I was homeless at one point. I lived in homeless shelters. I'm not ashamed to admit that. In North Hollywood, that's where I came from. You know, I always said that I'm from NoHo, and that's me and Akasan are from. I found that out too when I met Akasan, that he's from North Hollywood too. We both from the same hood, bro. And I've seen people use drugs, you know, in the gang life. I've known gang members. I've known Bloods, to be honest. Pyrus. I've known them, and if I can get out of the streets and into a more peaceful life, so can anybody else, bro. So don't buy that God can't help you monetarily. Yes, He can. You just got to put your faith in Him.
Not just that, but y'all need to be patient. Y'all motherfuckers are way too impatient.
Yeah, y'all be, and that's another thing too that pisses me off. Like, people will try to use God as an ATM machine simply because they want to use God as a get rich quick scheme or whatever. God don't operate that way. He'll give you
Exactly.
your blessings when he feels like giving it to you, not when you want it.
There are so many people that pray to him every day, every hour, every second. Like, y'all gotta be patient. It's not like you're the only person here. And
Well, he could hear everybody's prayers simultaneously. That's what makes him God. But
exactly, but it's
the,
like he
what?
he's not going to just do it on your time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's not just that, but a lot of people don't want to believe this. But the Bible does say that sometimes God ignores prayers because He feels like they're ignorant. You know what I mean?
it's the truth.
Like
Yeah, they are because
if some,
they only go. It's like majority of the people that prayed, like from what I've seen. I'm not saying this is like a straight fact because I'm going by from what I've experienced, like witnessing. Like a lot of people that prayed, they've prayed either for something that they want materialistically or when they're in a deep shit situation and
that
never
they
to
put
just like
themselves into,
genuinely
or
talk to him unconditionally, huh?
well, I was asking, like, when you say they're in a dark situation, is that because they put themselves there? Is that what you mean, or do you mean like because they're just there because life brought them there?
I mean that when they put themselves in that shit.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you can't approach God like if you put yourself in a really bad situation. Like, for example, when I put myself in a bad place with you, is I couldn't go to God at that point and be like, get me out of this situation right now, right this second. You know what I mean? God would have basically told me, no, you're going to have to ride this out because you put yourself there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel what you're saying by people put themselves in that situation and then they want God to take them out immediately. And God's like, no, you need to learn a few things first before I pull you out.
Exactly. Because if he just, I'm gonna say this. You could correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, if he pulls you out right away out of something you put yourself in, what the fuck are you really learning from it?
That's the thing. That's what we're on Earth to do. God put us on Earth to learn the difference between right and wrong. That's the whole point of learning what sin is, learning not to sin and all that. That's the whole point. He didn't put you here so you can continuously make mistakes and continuously going down a dark path. He wants you to learn the difference between right and wrong. And the only way that's going to happen is if it takes time. So, of course, he's going to leave you in that dark. As long as you keep making the wrong choices, he's going to keep you in that dark hole.
It's also like this too. Like I'm gonna make an example. Like if you're going through the woods and there's like a split path of twos, like if there's a split between two paths, he's telling you don't go down a certain path, like go down this way, and you choose to go the other way because you're curious or you just didn't want to listen. That's on you, okay? Like
there's actually a Bible verse that talks about this. Will tie into what you're saying. There's a Bible verse that talks about how the wide and broad path leads to destruction, and what that means is let's say there's a road that takes you to two separate paths, like you're saying, right, in the woods. Mm-hmm. Now, let's say one path is a lot more wider, and more people are going down that path. Like millions, thousands, millions, billions of people are going down the wider path. But the guy at that Y intersection, there's a guy there, a.k.a. Jesus, and he's telling you, listen, if you follow these people and you go down that wide path, you're going to end up in destruction. But if you take this narrow road here, you'll find peace. But you see that only one or two people is taking that narrow road. Most people are taking that wide road. You know what I mean? If you follow the crowd, you're going to end up in destruction.
You're supposed to lead. Exactly. You're supposed to lead.
Yeah, you're supposed to lead, not follow. And that's another thing too on YouTube that that's another problem with YouTube, bro. That this biblical scripture ties into. People are being followers instead of leaders. Like,
think about the trends, y'all.
Why?
Think about the trends, y'all.
And that's another thing too. Like, if the Bible is telling y'all, or Jesus is telling y'all, listen, these trends are going to lead you down a dark path. Don't follow them. But you're doing it anyway because all your friends are doing it and everybody you love is doing it. Where are you headed in life? Where is that going to lead you?
In hell, burning in a crispy pot. I
mean, I'm not going to be the one to say whether y'all are going to hell or not. I'm not going to be that. That's not for me to say. That's
not for me to say. That's not for me to say either. That's just the generic answer that people would give.
But I will say this though: if you continue going down that dark path, you're going to be ruining your own life. I will say that. Mm-hmm. Your bad mistakes will ruin your own life. I will say that.
There's this video by Hobson called Fly. If you watch the music video, it's showing you how the shit that we're taught is lies. It's talking about how like these people in suits, like they have this game where they play with humans. They give these humans these different clothes, these different jewelries and shit, and then they take it away. And they're having fun with that.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it at that part. I'm going to send the link to that video to you. But the video is like, wow. Like, that video is just like, wow.
And if you can remember, try to put that in the description box, too, so the fans listening could look that up, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm going to put that in the description along with many other, like, music videos that people should really pay attention to and decipher carefully and really, like, study it because it's important to know how these things relate to present, because it ain't just the music video Fly by Hobson. It's many other like songs. Like some of the songs are positive, and then the other songs that I may link in the description, they're going to be from obviously like the dark side. But if you study these different music videos and decipher them, you can see what exactly has been happening that many were blind to like really look at.
Right. All right. Cool. I'll definitely give that video a look, bro. Yeah, man. I really don't have nothing else to say. Like, I mean,
Me either. But before I get to the outro, the other music video I'm gonna link in the description. I know many people have already like heard and seen the music video to the song, but The Real Slim Shady by Eminem. If you pay attention, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about when you watch the music video. If you pay attention, there's a cloning factory, bro. There's a whole cloning factory.
oh, I believe celebrities are being cloned too. That's another thing I believe in.
That's why I said that, because I'm gonna link that as well.
In fact, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if there's been some celebrities that the higher ups killed off, but before they killed them off, they took their DNA because their persona is important to their agenda, so they have to keep that person's persona alive. And I feel like the way they do it is they clone these celebrities, and then they kill off the real one, and then the clone follows the agenda. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I think they do that. I think they do that because they feel eventually the real, like, persona, the real person that held the persona first might come out and just like speak right away after being fucked over. Like that's
of course.
That's just what I feel. Like I can't determine what's true or false in that, but like I feel like that's what really goes on.
We better cut this off before we expose too much darkness and they send SEAL Team 6 after us, bro.
Oh, they ain't sending nobody after me. I'm gonna teleport.
I mean, I ain't trying to. I mean, high key, I ain't trying to brag. I'm really not trying to brag, but I do got some weapons in my house. Like, make no mistake. Like, I'm not. Like, I've been trained. Like, I've been trained by my uncle who was in the Marines, and you know, I've learned a little bit how to shoot. So, like, I'm just saying, y'all come after me, y'all better be prepared for these bullets. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. I ain't trying to brag. I'm just saying.
Hey, nobody coming after me. Nicki Minaj, get ready, because if they come after me, I'm teleporting in your ass. There's enough cushion and enough room in there. I'm teleporting in your ass.
I never liked Nicki Minaj, bro. I never liked her.
I remember you told me in the stream. I'm a teleport and Nicki, I'm a teleport in Uranus like outer space.
And on that note, I think we should do the outro.
Yeah. Yo, y'all go to Eternal 316's channel. Make sure y'all go check out his videos.
Hey, real quick before you do the intro, I just remembered. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about this after we close this out. But there's a song I want you to hop on, bro, and I just thought of it this week. It's gonna be really dope, really powerful. It's called "Welcome to America."
Yeah, we can link up for that.
All right, for sure. All right, go ahead, bro.
And go check out his recent video, suffering with from sin, but still following Christ. Very important, very important. And
thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm the plug. All right. Leave a like if you enjoyed the podcast. What the fuck is wrong with me, yo? Comment below your favorite part of what we talked about on every topic, or who y'all want up here next.
Smoking that reefer, y'all. He ain't fooling nobody. I know he be smoking that reefer.
And Ali Ganja. I be smoking Ali Ganja too. No. I'm a closing note for me, y'all.
it was a real honor to come back on this podcast again, man. To have this reunion, it's really dope.
Definitely.
It's really cool that I can make peace with a lot of people that I've hurt and really betrayed, I guess. And if there's any reactors or YouTubers out there that want to hit me up and try to make peace and bury the hatchet, I'm all willing. I know there's some of you that don't want to because you're petty, but that's cool. I'm not gonna let that affect me. But yeah, to anybody who's just tuning into his channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Is my brother for life. There will never be someone that I'm more closer with on YouTube, bro. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Follow his content.
Facts.
He's a character.
Facts.
He's definitely a character.
I'm a cartoon. I was on the Jetsons.
No, you weren't. Stop lying, bruh. Why you gotta lie?
I'm lying in bed right now, but does that count? Does that count for me lying? I mean, share this with my grandma, but watch out, cause she might throw a remote at y'all. Share this with my mom's. Share this with my mom's pointing finger, her index finger. You know what I'm saying? Share this with my aunt's mucus. Share this with Joyner mucus. I meant Joyner Lucas. Share this with. I'm running out of people to plug in.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna transfer into my AGP real quick. Hold up. Oh, that's it. I'm done. I came in. Fuck you, and fuck you.
Oh man.
First of all, that was AGP cussing, not me, bro. So let's get that clear. I was not trying to cuss like that. That was AGP doing that through me, but yeah.
May he forever rest in peace and power.
For real. All right, y'all. Later.
Bye-bye, bitches.